Lions turn to Squid Game as preparations begin for third test. After being granted a day to explore Sydney with their families and friends on Monday and work through any lingering impacts of their celebrations in Melbourne, the British and Irish Lions refocused, retooled, and readied themselves for one final push on Tuesday as they assembled at a posh private school on the other side of the Harbour Bridge from their hotel. A day of shore leave had always been scheduled after the second test regardless of the result, but the timing was nonetheless neat, allowing a squad weary for several reasons to soak up pleasant winter sunshine not forecast to last beyond Tuesday. A wet week hereafter beckons. Long past the point of needing excessive training time to build cohesion and carrying the bumps and bruises of an extended tour, it was a light session to welcome the Lions back together a day later than would be customary ahead of a test. A delayed review will have left plenty in the squad reminded of the intensity of some of the coaching staff and squad, though. There is plenty to be fixed, even in the exultation of a series secure. Indeed, the word ever since arriving in Australia has been of a team intent on making history. A 2-1 success against a flawed Wallaby side would be commendable, of course, but will not etch into the annals like a 3-0. There is every chance that final test selection is as hard-fought as ever, those yet to feature hoping to earn a final opportunity, those involved so far desperate to finish the right way. "I am not part of selection meetings," said Captain Maro Itoje. "That is probably a good thing. But naturally, I would love to play again. This is a tremendous opportunity for the whole squad, and I have no doubt every single player in that squad is going to want to put their hand up for selection, and I definitely put myself in that category." News of Gary Ringrose's non-participation due to concussion is a shame for a popular member of the squad, but a clean bill of health otherwise is faintly remarkable at this juncture. The Lions' jollies and japes have perhaps been less public-facing in the past, which is a shame, yet all involved have sought to underline the morale and team spirit they have forged. It is believed that to a man they bought into the second test celebrations, but Andy Farrell and his staff have found ways to keep the rugby fun, too. The Lions' boss is a canny operator, getting the blend of intensity and entertainment spot on to bind his squad. On Tuesday, scrum coach John Fogarty was dispatched to set up an homage to Netflix smash hit Squid Game, one of several backs against forwards contests throughout the tour that both position groups claim to have edged. The whole field was covered in equipment, assistant coach Andrew Goodman revealed. The staff were dressed up in all that kit, the speakers were all set up, a bit of fun, stuff like that to get a bit of energy back in the group. It was red light, green light, the whole field was covered in different things they could hide behind, and they had people in the top tier keeping an eye on people. Every week we've done things like that. All part of touring, isn't it? Even with Ireland, it's a part of Farrell's week to make sure there's fun involved. The mini-team stuff, the little challenges he'll have at the start of meetings, there's always a bit of crack, a bit of a laugh involved. It keeps the boys engaged and fresh, and it's not just going into a meeting where it's rugby all the time. Itoje first crossed paths with head coach Farrell when he and Owen were a few years apart at St. George's School in Harpenden, and then worked more closely with him on the 2017 Lions tour. Operating as coach and captain, though, has brought the pair closer. "It has just reaffirmed that he's just an impressive character," Itoje said. "He's a brilliant orator, he holds the room and is a great motivator of men. He's quite thoughtful. Probably what has surprised me is how hot on detail he is. Not that I thought he wasn't going to be, but he is very particular on detail and thoughtful on how the week flows, which is very good from a player's point of view." While the Scottish quartet called up for the First Nations and Pacifica game have gone home, it remains a large Lions group together in Sydney, including prop Thomas Clarkson, the first killed off in the Squid Game, and Jamie Osborne, apparently nicknamed Showbiz. Thought has also been given to those no longer around. Asked for an unsung hero of the trip, Goodman sought to highlight the injured pair Tomos Williams and Elliot Daly, who were tracking for test involvement. The impact they had was huge, and is still a lasting impact now. We still reference things they would have said or done for the group, Goodman said. Especially for the backs, Elliot was so versatile but such a good team man. Tomos, from someone so quiet at the start, to coming out of his shell and being a real laugh and good team man. They were great. The Independent is the world's most free-thinking news brand, providing global news, commentary, and analysis for the independently minded. We have grown a huge, global readership of independently minded individuals who value our trusted voice and commitment to positive change. Our mission, making change happen, has never been as important as it is today.